Good morning, good afternoon, and good night to every single one of you out there watching this video. Welcome to Today Gaming News. We have plenty to talk about, so let's start with... Starting a new month brings brand new games to be excited for, and while buying more than one game a month can be a bit expensive, subscriptions are always there to help out our wallets. November has new arrivals for both PlayStation Plus and Game Pass. Let's start with PlayStation Plus. To those paying the lowest tier, essential games. You can expect Aliens Fireteam Elite, Mafia 2 Definite Edition, and Dragon Ball The Breakers, starting Tuesday, November 7th, and enjoy them till December 4th. If you got this subscription, you must check out at least Mafia 2, a great remake, with a lot to do in its open world and a rich story that continues to tell the history about Vito Scaletta. Meanwhile, Game Pass is packing a punch on the first wave of games for the month of November. Every game comes out with a different date, but you can expect every single one of them before the middle of November. Here's the list of every game coming to Game Pass right on the screen. Now, pay close attention to the following highlights. They are very good games and recommended. First, there's Like a Dragon Gaiden, the man who erased his name, which comes to the service on November 9th. From the great franchise of Like a Dragon, there will be plenty of content and history to unravel as we follow the story of a former Yakuza, Kazuma Kiryu, who faked his death to protect his family. It's quite dark. Now, another game to pay attention to is Wild Hearts, a decent and entertaining game like Monster Hunter. First released at the beginning of the year, it is now coming to Game Pass through the addition of EA Play. So if you wish to try this one, you're going to have to pay for Ultimate. Wild Hearts is available starting on November 9th. However, if you're looking for a more comforting, chill, and calming experience, then these two games, both inspired by Stardew Valley, will bring warmth and a cozy feeling to your gaming nights. First, we got Spirit Tea, available on November 13, and Coral Island, which finally arrives on console and cloud on November 14th. I've played Coral Island, and I can recommend it as an absolute blast for those that love Stardew Valley's gameplay. You'll find a lot of similarities, but the game has its own charm and dynamic ways to connect you closer to the community of the town. Game Pass continues to hit it off the park, and I'm sure in the next half of the month we'll get another banger of video games to enjoy while we wait to hear from the nominees of Game Awards. Let's go, Baldur's Gate 3! Lies of P was an anticipated release for this year. Since its first announcement almost a year and a half ago during an Xbox showcase, the game has the DNA of a Souls game, but with its own twist with the story of Pinocchio. The game has done incredibly well, received with an 82 score from critics and a very positive 91 over on Steam. Overall, the game has created a fan base, therefore a hunger for another game. Fortunately for those that love the game, today the game director confirmed the studio will be working on a sequel. However, let's hold our horses. Ji-won Choi said the team will first be focusing on developing upcoming DLC. He also teased the theme and direction of this DLC with a couple of artwork pieces, one of which included an image of a shipwreck. So get ready, sailor, cause on the DLC you'll be fighting enemies from down below. Possibly. Either way, back to the main point, a sequel. Lies of P will continue to develop the story in this intricate and mysterious world. Personally, I didn't play it, not my cup of tea, but credit where credit is due, the game looks formidable and gorgeous. So if you're into Souls games, definitely give it a try. Not only is Pinocchio getting DLC, also the great Kratos will be getting his fair share of content. After the great release of Ragnarok, it seems the studio continued to cook more for the storyline of the God of War. According to a report from gaming news outlet called Área Jugones, some of their sources close to Sony said that this upcoming DLC will come out as its own standalone game. So I guess it's not a DLC, but I'm not saying that it's not gonna be because it's not confirmed. This is all speculation, well, not speculation, rumors, but it's gonna be similar to what Miles Morales had going on in the side of Spider-Man. When will we see more of the game though? Well, the sources say that it will happen during the Game Awards which happened this coming December 7th in a major announcement. This year's Game Awards, moving aside from the topic about God of War, this year's Game Awards will be interesting to see, not just for the announcement, but also for the upcoming battle between Tears of the Kingdom and Baldur's Gate 3, going all after the Game of the Year award. But again, God of War, if you like the story, the video game, the initial one from last year, I mean, if hopefully this is true, so you can get another extra game, because if it's like a standalone Miles Morales, it's definitely not gonna be just a DLC. Although people called Miles Morales a DLC, it wasn't quite a DLC. Either way, we're not gonna start that debate again, but be prepared to hear more news about God of War. I'll be definitely continue to keep you updated about that as well. Now, time for some quick updates. First, we got an upcoming talk conference between two former colleagues, Hideki Kamiya and Shinji Mikami. Both left their companies earlier this year, and it seems both agreed to unite power as their next step on their career. It seems like it, because the talk they're gonna give will happen during Archipel Caravana, a Japanese pop culture event on December 15 and 17. It'll be interesting to hear where these two legends will continue to work on. Could be that their work might be in collaboration, or they're gonna work on their own, right? Either way, a development that no matter what path it takes, we'll want to hear more about it. Now finally, an update to the increasingly worrying development over at Bungie. As it was reported in my video of Monday, Bungie let go on a known number of employees, many that had worked in the company for several years and are well known by the community and players, since many of them were OGs. The update to this story is now we know how many people were let go. Sadly, around 100 people no longer work at Bungie. Most, if not all of those that lost their job are in part of a big management positions. Not a surprise, really. From those 100 or something, roughly an 80% were developers. According to a report from Bloomberg, CEO Pete Parsons said these layoffs are because of revenue running 45% lower than normal because of player retention. Alongside this, also said by the sources that those employees that were let go, none of them received any type of benefit and only had a single day of coverage. Pardon my words, but I call bullshit on this situation. Management is the problem. How is it that a total of $1.2 billion given from PlayStation to Bungie to spend on employee retention is now lost, and people have to be laid off? The deal didn't happen that long ago either. It is not even 2 years since it happened. This is just truly a shame what is happening. And it's something that needs to be talked about more. Because the big boys at the publication studios are getting all the money, while developers and all the people that actually worked on the games are getting this type of treatment. Either way, that's all for this episode. What are your thoughts on this gaming news? Let me know in the comment section. I'm the Honey Barrier, and I love to talk about everything gaming, from news to games. If you liked the video, remember to leave a like and share. It really helps. Don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next video. Keep on gaming.